Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, it's been a minute since I've created a video for uploading for you guys, and so I thought it was time to get back into it. But rest assured, just because I haven't produced a video doesn't mean I haven't been busy. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about where we're at, where we're going, what's coming next. So with that, let's jump right in. Okay, well, one, I am glad to be back producing content for you guys and to upload some cool stuff to the channel. But it's been somewhat busy. It's been somewhat relaxing. It's been somewhat hectic. I think our entire world has gone mad, and so we'll talk about that briefly as well. Just a lot happening. And so speaking of a lot happening, I have been doing some things. We finally, and I say finally because it's taken a little while, got our entire house decorated. We got every single village that we're displaying this year up. We've got our Halloween tree up. We've got a couple additional surprises up. It's just, it's been fun, but it's been long-winded, I suppose. And I'm thankful that it's over with. I haven't been incredibly motivated in some ways, and then other days I've been very motivated. It just kind of wanes and ebbs as we go through our daily grinds. And I'm sure most of you understand that. So we've been doing that. And so I've also, if you know anything about me, you know or maybe you don't know, but I have several hobbies. And so I've been sort of jumping around from hobby to hobby. I find, probably like most of you, that if I stick with one for too long, I start to get burnt out. And honest to goodness, I think that's what happened this season for the Halloween stuff. I know it doesn't seem like a lot maybe, but it seemed like a lot to me. But I have been doing some other things. I told you guys at one point, and I may add this stuff, this content to the channel at some point. I don't feel that I'm ready to teach on it yet. I'm still learning, but that is the Tim Holtz and some of the paper craft and some of the little vignette boxes and things like that. So I've been working on some of those things. I will show you one. I think it's pretty cool. Tried my hand at this. I copied somebody else, but I wanted to see if I could do it. These are all, this is called Etc. It's a tag. It turns into kind of a tombstone looking thing. You've got some little tags you can put on. These are all stamped. That's actual paper that's glued onto here, and it's stamped and dyed and painted and everything else. Got some crip paste on it and some grit paste. You can kind of see how that looks, to kind of dirty it up a little bit. And these are all, this is called Sketch Manner. It is all stamped and then die cut and layered up. I don't know if you can see, probably not. It's kind of hard to focus on all that, but it's kind of layered up there. And then the cool part, it's got these miniature little Halloween lights. I cut out the windows and put in some kind of transparency in there, and then some purple little lights in there to kind of light that up. So when it sits on a shelf somewhere or hangs on a wall, it looks pretty cool. So I've been doing stuff like that. If you guys are interested in seeing me do this, which I don't feel that I'm capable of teaching right now, it takes me forever and I'm still learning, but I enjoy it incredibly. And this is all out of white cardstock, and so it turns out looking like this. And again, this is not my idea. I saw it online. I wanted to try to replicate it. I'm pretty pleased with the way it turned out. It's not completely finished. I need to put some moss around in certain areas, but I've been doing stuff like that. I've been doing some card building and things like that. So I have been busy. I have been doing things, and that's no excuse for not uploading videos and content to this channel. So for that, I apologize. I hope I haven't let you down. But we are going to get started, and that's what we really want to focus on today. What's going to happen next? What are we going to do? Well, we're about a month and some change, month and a week or so, out from the greatest day of the season in our books, and that is Halloween. Obviously, you guys know I love Christmas, but Halloween is just my jam. I think it's your guys' jam too, and that's why you're here sharing this content with us. So not very long is what I'm getting at. And so I've got a couple of things lined up. One, obviously, since we've got our whole house decorated, we're now ready for the 2025 Halloween home tour. That is one of my favorite videos to do each and every year. Hopefully it's one of your favorites to view each and every year. And I've got a couple of new things, like I said, we're going to talk about and showcase in this year's 2025 home tour. That'll be coming up in the next few weeks. We're going to wait a little while so hopefully it turns a little cooler and gets us more into the spirit of that, at least here in Arizona. But in the meantime, I've got three things that I want to showcase to you that have sort of fallen off of my radar. And I told you a while back, I gave you a whole list of things I wanted to accomplish for 2025. I don't think we'll make it through all of them. I'm always overzealous and sometimes under motivated. But I think I can knock out three ticket items before we get into the Halloween season, before Halloween actually gets here. So what are they? Well, I think the first thing that I want to showcase and teach on is the pumpkin vignette. We're going to take a big orange hollow foam pumpkin. We're going to cut the front of it out, and we're going to place a vignette of some sort inside of the pumpkin. We're going to decorate that. We're going to add some LED lighting, maybe some thunder and lightning effects to that, perhaps a crypt, perhaps, who knows, maybe a graveyard. We'll put something in there that'll look incredibly cool, and we'll go step by step on how to do those things. So I think that's the first thing I'm going to do. We should be able to get through that in just a few videos. 1 to 3, we'll finish that one up. One of the next things that I want to knock out, now I may work on some of this stuff simultaneously, or I may sequentially go through and knock out one and then go on to the next and go on to the next. I haven't really made up my mind on how we want to do that, but that's here nor there. We've got three items. We talked about the first. The second, you guys know I love the movie It, my favorite book of all times, my favorite horror movie of all times. And if you know anything about It, Welcome to Derry is coming on HBO Max, and it's supposed to premiere on October the 27th. And that is the prequel to the Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 of the It movies. And so this predates all of that and kind of shows the inception of Pennywise. I think each season, supposedly there's going to be 3 of them. And I think the first season is going to be the closest to the to the Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, and then each season, I believe, is going to go backwards in time. So we may actually see that, somewhere down the road, the origin of Pennywise and where that shape-shifting creature came from. You know me, I'm excited about that. It's so it is my favorite genre of all times for Halloween. So speaking of that, I think I told you guys there's a couple of things I want to do, a sewer scene and a 3-door scene. I am not ready to go to make the sewer scene just yet. I need to acquire a 3D printer, and that is another talk for another video, not today. But what I am going to do is we're going to knock out the 3-door scene from the chapter, I believe, 1. In the Pennywise movies, and that is where all the kids are in the house on Nebolt Street. They're attacking Pennywise. He's basically trapped them in the house. Up on the second floor, there's or I believe it's the second floor. It doesn't matter. It's in the house on Nebolt Street. They go into a room, and they're faced with 3 doors. One says, not scary. One says, very scary, and I can't remember exactly. There's not scary, very scary, and scary, or something like that. And so we're going to replicate that with a NECA figure for Pennywise, 3 doors. We're going to try to build all this out of foam, other than the NECA action figure. Everything else will be built out of foam. So we're going to try to give that a shot. I'm looking forward to that one. I think that'll be a pretty cool build. And we'll be using the Proxxon like crazy and trying to create some of this stuff. So you'll get to see that step by step as well. And then finally, we talked about, and this has been a little while ago, we talked about the Haunted Rails train set for Department 56. It's not a motorized train. It's all porcelain or resin figures or train pieces. But the track that accompanies that you have to buy separately is incredibly hard to find. And it's also, I don't remember exactly, I don't collect those. So I don't remember exactly which piece, it's either the curved piece or the straight piece, was selling for an astronomical price on eBay. Apparently it was incredibly hard to pick up, very hard to find. And so I'm going to show you. We've already done the straight piece. We're going to do together a curved piece so we can see how to build a train if you have the Haunted Rails Railway for Department 56, or if you have a Limax train. Nothing moves. We're going to make all this out of foam, but it certainly looks exactly like a train track. And so we're going to do that. So that will be the 3 things that we are going to focus on getting knocked out between now and Halloween. That's about a month and a half to knock out 3 projects. It's going to be tight. I know that. I may be setting myself for failure automatically. But we're going to give it a shot. We're going to try all 3 of those things and see if we can get them knocked out and give you some content to get you motivated for Halloween. So that's where we're going. Let's talk real quick now about the 2nd annual video contest. Okay, well, as you know, the 2nd annual video contest kicked off on 1 September. I will tell you, I'm a little shocked and a little disappointed with the amount of entries that I've received so far. I know it's still somewhat early, but I've only received 8. Leslie and I have watched them, and I will tell you the 8 that we have received, man, they're doozies. Some of them are some of them I am envious of. I can't create like that. I can see my work in it, but I probably couldn't replicate it. They're brilliant. Some of the villages that have come in are just off the chain good. So for those of you who have submitted, thank you. For those of you who have not, what are you waiting for? Get busy, get your village set up, shoot a 2-minute or less video and send it to me either on the 2nd annual video contest video here on my channel, or you can always email it to me at halloweenvillagesbycarl@gmail.com. Either way, I'll get it. We'll put it into the roster, and you'll have a good as chance as anybody else as a 1st, 2nd, or 3rd place prize. But get those videos coming in. Before you know it, October the 15th will be here, and we're going to close the contest on October the 15th. If anything comes in after that, we'll just have to save it for next year. So that should be motivating enough to get your videos in. So that's the update on the videos. Okay, and lastly, what a world that we live in. And the one thing that I refuse to do on this channel is turn it into anything political. I have my own opinions. I know you guys have your own opinions. Some of them may agree, some of them may disagree. Not important on this channel, not important at all, because we are here together collectively to create beautiful works of art. We hope to set in our homes for this Halloween and fall season to make each other happy, to lift each other up, and to motivate each other to create something brilliant in this season. So I know everything in the world seems like it's falling apart, and it's unfortunate. Some crazy things have happened. It doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make me pleased. It certainly doesn't make me joyous. But I'll tell you, and if you don't know, and I'm just going to put it out there, and I hope it doesn't offend anybody, but I hope that you know that I am a man of faith. I have always been a man of faith, although I haven't practiced it real good up until many, many years ago. It's absolutely changed my life. It's changed my marriage. It's changed my relationship with my children. And it's just the way that I want to live my life. I hope that doesn't offend anybody. It's just who I am. Everything that I build, everything that I do comes from that place. It gives me solace. It gives me peace. It gives me comfort in doing that. And you guys know that I love Halloween probably more than most. Does not mean that there's any satanic rituals going on. It does not mean anything of witchcraft or black magic. My house is led by the God Almighty of my life, and it's just, I feel it's important to say that. I don't want there to be any confusion when it comes to that. But again, it doesn't change the way that I instruct. It doesn't change the things that I build, and it doesn't change the love that I have for all of you guys. And I hope that you know that. I hope you can feel that on every single video, and I hope it doesn't change anything going forward. But it's important to state that, especially in the world that we live in. It's a broken place, right? And so we need to do our part. So, hey, with that, I'm going to shut this one off, and we're going to get busy very soon on the next one, which is going to be the pumpkin vignette. So in the meantime, get those videos coming in so you can enter the contest, and take care of yourselves. God bless each and every one of you, and we'll talk to you again real soon.